Okay, Shea Ralph is taking the Vandy Commodores into Athens to face Katie Abrahamson-Henderson and the Lady Bulldogs. Now, I like Georgia. I like Vandy. Georgia, I they look like a team that should be able to get into the NCAA tournament. I honestly believe that they have a shot to make it into the NCAA tournament. They're a good team. They're not a great team. Vandy is one of the elite teams this year. They're number 5 currently. Yes, they lost to South Carolina. They lost to uh, Ole Miss, but I think that Ole Miss was more of a they were still feeling the game against South Carolina. But since then, they beat Texas, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Florida. 3 of those teams are ranked. Texas was one of the top teams in the nation. They were ranked 4th when they beat them. Georgia, on the other hand, they had it kind of rough. Went undefeated non-conference play, but they didn't really play that many people. They didn't really play anybody ranked. Yeah, Kansas is a good team. Florida State's an okay team. They've gone 1-1 against Ole Miss this season. Lost to them 79-62 and then came back and beat them 82-59, sorry. Lost to LSU, South Carolina, of course. Lost to Alabama, lost to Tennessee. Tennessee was an overtime game, 82-77. They beat Texas A&M in overtime. Uh, they did beat Mizzou. They're one of those teams that's just, they're fighters in every step of the way. Yeah, they're pretty far down. Vandy's the second, it is number 2 in the SEC right now. Georgia is way down there. They're currently 10th in the SEC out of 16 teams. They're 5-6, but they're hungry. You can tell it from the way that they play, them fighting into overtime, the way that they handle everything. Their problem is that they don't always score offensively like they need to. They're relying heavily on Danny Carnegie. She's getting a lot of backup. Trinity Turner, while Danny Carnegie is getting a lot of others or getting the points, rebounds, Trinity Turner's behind the scenes steals, assists. They have a way to have a really good game at interesting times. Vandy, Michaela Blake's, you can't speak enough good things about her. Sasha Washington, Aubrey Galvin, Iona Mitchell. These this is a team effort, and they're playing at a really good rate. Georgia has a chance to win this game. I really do think they have a chance. Now, I actually think they got a better chance than what even ESPN is saying, but we're going to take a look at this by the numbers. And I'm going to stress to you after I give you the numbers why I think that Georgia is such a dangerous team. Now, let's get into this by the numbers. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics. Do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Now, Vandy's the visiting teams, and we're going to start with them. They're averaging 85.4 points a game. They're allowing 63.5 points a game. That's a little high in a lot of ways to a lot of teams, but they're scoring so well that it doesn't matter. They got 47.6 field goal percentage, 76% for free throws, 37.1 3-point percentage. Really good numbers across the board. 9.8 3 points made per game, 19.5 assists. So they're working as a team. A little weak at points, but they're still working strongly as a team. 32.3 rebounds per game. I, that's what Yahoo says. ESPN says 36.4. 12.6 turnovers a game. Not horrible. 4 block shots per game. Now that's low. It really is. That's a low stat. Michaela Blake's 26.2 points a game on 34.1 minutes, 3.8 rebounds, 4.6 assists, leads and steals, 3 a game, zero point 0.2 blocks, 2.8 turnovers. That's really high. 46.1 field goal percentage and 33.5 3-point percentage. Those are really good numbers. And 84.7 free throw percentage. Aubrey Galvin, who leads in assists, is in the game 34 minutes a game, 12.8 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2.8 steals, zero point 0.1 blocks, 2.5 turnovers, another kind of high number there, 42.3 field goal percentage, 32.6 3-point percentage. So both of those are a little low, but nothing massive compared to, or considering what the rest of the team is doing. 82.1 free throw percentage. Justine Passat, 28.4 minutes a game, 11.4 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists, zero point 0.5 steals, 0.7 blocks, 1.2 turnovers, 45% field goal percentage, 44.8 3-point percentage, and 78.6 free throw percentage. Sasha Washington, who leads in rebounds, 22.9 minutes a game, 10 points a game, 7.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, 0.7 blocks, 1.4 turnovers, 58.7 field goal percentage, but can't hit a 3-pointer at all, 68% free throw percentage. Michaela Blake and Aubrey Galvin are in there, has been on the court over almost 900 minutes this season. Justine Passat's at 738, Sasha Washington 596. I'm not going to butcher this poor woman's name. Winning Tonda, uh, 547, 428 for Iona Mitchell, who, by the way, has 1 block a game. She's a forward, leads and blocks. It's a good team. They're fairly balanced in who gets on and off the court. They've got a deep enough bench that, you've got 2 players still in double digits for the season on minutes on court. They have shooters on this team. Michaela Blake's especially. Nobody seems to have an answer for Michaela Blake. You shut her down, you shut down their primary offense, but nobody, only South Carolina and Ole Miss have been able to do that. Free throw percentage, hey, you foul them, they're going to score. And they get their 3 points in. Really scary team. Michaela Blake's is doing some, I wouldn't say Jordan-esque type stuff, but she's leading in a lot of ways. And she's got a backup with Aubrey Galvin, who, yes, Aubrey Galvin can score, but she's doing so many of the little other things. Little concerned about some of the turnovers between Galvin and Blake, but they're making up for it in so many other ways that it doesn't matter. And their field goal percentage is really close to what the top teams have. Now, Georgia is scoring about 75.3 points a game. 59.8 points are scored against them on average. 44.7 field goal percentage, 71.3 free throw percentage, 34.3 3-point average. They're making about 3 points a game, getting 14.4 assists. If they work out being better as a team, hey, they'll do amazing things. They're 103rd in that. Rebounding, they're at 38.6. Still a little low, but still really good number. Only 13.5 turnovers. That's worse than Vandy, but not a bad number. And 3.2 block shots a game. That's really low. Now, Georgia has Danny Carnegie leading in points, rebounds. She's a guard. Why she's getting all those rebounds, I don't know. 32.6 minutes a game, 18.1 points, 5.6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.5 steals, no blocks, 2.2 turnovers. A little high, but nothing really scary. 44.1 field goal percentage, 83.5 free throw percentage, and 37.8 3-point percentage. So she's doing really good. Mia Woolfolk in there 22 minutes a game, 12.3 points a game, 5.3 rebounds, zero point 0.7 assists, 1.4 steals, zero point 0.4 blocks, 1.7 turnovers, 57.9 field goal percentage, but can't hit a three-pointer. She's forward. 76.1 free throw percentage. Riley Thurkoff, third leading scorer, 28.5 minutes a game, 11.9 points a game, 2.1 rebounds, 1 assist, zero point 0.6 steals, zero point 0.1 blocks, 1.5 turnovers, 43.7 field goal percentage, 85.1 free throw percentage, 41.9 3-point percentage. Trinity Turner, who leads in assists and steals, 33.3 minutes a game, 11.6 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.8 steals, zero point 0.2 blocks, 2.8 turnovers. Way too high, but she's a floor general. She's doing what she needs to do. You always seem to have at least two that turn over the ball, but she's not a shooter. 38.5 field goal percentage, 30% 3-point percentage, 73.1 free throw percentage. You've got two players over 800 minutes. 814 for Danny Carnegie, 833 for Trinity Turner, 712 for Riley Thurkoff. Mia Woolfolk's only got 505. They're really balanced too. They're getting players on and off the court. If this team can, when this team works as a team, when they're getting the ball to the right people, especially when it's Trinity Turner controlling the ball, they play better. They can be scary when they play as a team. I don't know why they don't always do it, but they've shown that they can. Danny Carnegie getting the ball. Now, I would say they need their forwards and center to do better at the rebounding. That would help out. That's the major complaints I've got about this team. You've got some shooters. You've got some that can't shoot, but if you can get the ball out and then start blocking, this team needs a little bit better defense. Yes, Vandy doesn't have the best of defense either. They're still doing it. They've only been beat by two teams. This is the difference with Georgia. If they can get a little bit better defense, get a little bit better when it comes to teamwork, this team would do far better. That's the problem of this era of let's transfer schools every 5 seconds mentality that's going on. Here's a team that knows what they need to do, but they ain't doing it yet. They should get into it. And if they do that, they can be really scary when they want to be. Okay, according to ESPN, Georgia's got a 28.6% chance to win this game. Vandy's got a 71.4% chance to win this game. Now, here's the thing. If Katie Abrahamson-Henderson will get her team working as a team. Now, mind you, this late in the season, if they're not already working with chemistry, they're probably not going to do it. But they've shown sparks of it here and there this season. That's where the difference is. If they can get that spark going, I would say they've got a 40% chance to win this game. I don't think that Georgia's going to win it. I think this is going to be a bandy game. But that's, I mean, Michaela Blake's, holy cow. Aubrey Galvin, wow. Sasha Washington, wow. That's all I got to say about that. Danny Carnegie and Trinity Turner, they need to get focused on being more of a tandem. Mia Woolfolk needs to do, they need their forwards and their center to get more into their defensive ability. Yes, they can score. Okay, we need to see some defense. These players should have already been taught how to play defense. If they can get in there and start doing what they need to do, I think that would be the game plan for them. I don't know why they haven't been. That's the problem that I'm seeing with a lot of these teams. You need to block more shots. You need to, steals are cool and all. And I'm glad that they're getting 8.6. They need to get better at that. But what they need to do is get in there and block shots. You don't see that in today's game as much with the women. That is, get your shooters shooting. Focus on getting the ball to the people that can score. You've got players on Georgia that can score. Vandy? Vandy's working at such a pace that I'll admit, Shea Ralph has got Georgia or got Vandy working at a pace that they're not unstoppable, but they're pretty darn close to it. I like Vandy. I do, especially in this game. But Georgia's one of those teams that wants to fight every step of the way. They just need to figure out somewhere how to be more teamwork oriented. And I think that Katie Abrahamson-Henderson probably knows that. I mean, honestly, she did really good things at Albany. She did some good things at UCF. Missouri State, she did some really good things. She was a WNIT champion there. She's made it into the NCAAs quite a few years. In all honesty, if she doesn't make it into the NCAAs this year, I can imagine that Georgia's going to be looking for another head coach. But, they're a winning team this year. 19-6 is not bad at all. I don't doubt that they're going to have 20 wins by the end of this season. They've still got Vandy. This is a game, though, that if they do the right things, get coached correctly, work on or do the fundamentals, I honestly think that they've got a far better chance than they've been allowing themselves to have. But, it's still anchor down on this game. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.